Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Scholar and the Jagoff. I'm the Scholar, and today we don't have a Jagoff as part of the show. He's out there fighting for our freedom. Well, I mean, he is fighting, but like he's doing. What is he doing?
Getting his ass kicked.
There you go. He's part of a jujitsu class. So the man's couldn't be here today, but if you miss him, he'll be back.
We all know nobody does.
Next episode. There's probably a few.
If you didn't say anything, nobody would have noticed.
I mean, probably like the Belgian.
The one
Belgian guy.
Do you have any Polish people?
No.
No? You should get some Polish. Polish people are
I don't
based.
think they have. I don't.
They're based as hell.
I hope that one day we could be all over Europe. But right now, it's just Germans and.
Aim for
people.
Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe's lit.
Let's just go for Russians. Fuck it. Ukrainians. Kazakhstanians.
Cause it is weird because Kazakhstan sounds like a Middle East country, even though it's not.
I mean, it kind of is.
It's like
it is, but it's not.
It's flirting with the line.
Like, I mean, Afghanistan and
Well,
Iraq were
because
like.
the Soviets fucking.
I was gonna say, it's like that was Kazakhstan for like a while. But I mean, Kazakhstan was actually a part of like the Soviet Union. Anyway, we already started chatting, and y'all don't even know who's on the show. I'm pretty sure you've heard his voice. You kind of recognized it.
I was here last time.
Yeah, you were literally part of the show. Very, very recurring now.
Number one recurring
guest on the show.
Alyssa, eat your fucking heart out.
I mean, you might as well just be a part of the show now. Like,
yeah, I'm already here.
We'll rename this show The Scholar, the Jagoff, and
we'll figure it out.
Just Devin.
Derogatory.
Some fucking dirt for you. We'll say a slur for you.
Yeah, we'll
figure it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kazakhstan was part of the Soviet Union, but I mean, Afghanistan was a close second.
I miss Czechoslovakia.
Were you?
I don't know, I wasn't alive, but...
Why do you miss it, though?
Just the name alone.
Czechoslovakia?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I mean, there were some pretty good names in fucking Europe. Yugoslavia.
Yeah, the Yugos.
The Yugos.
Is
that really what they were called? No, right?
That's what everyone would call them, though.
Yugos?
Yeah, Yugos.
That sounds like a slur in itself. Just like go up to him and be like,
hey,
oh, you fucking
Yugo.
Yugo. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh. It sounded... Do?
What?
he fucking, what's his name?
Who? Yugi?
Yeah, Yugi. And they... Sorry.
What was his last name? Like...
It was something stupid.
Yugi Tsunoda. Oh no, that's a race car driver. I'm sorry.
No, but he would have a fucking, like an epileptic attack every time he'd fucking... he was about to fucking do... And why was this motherfucker's voice so deep at like 14?
Because it was a fucking man playing it. This fucking old man deciding like, oh, I'm gonna play a fucking 12-year-old. It'd be like one of us playing like a fucking 8-year-old. Like, I wouldn't be able to make my voice into an 8-year-old kid.
Isn't that why they get women to be like the boys?
Yeah, like a woman that can like
high pitched voice,
mask her voice, like make it like
I think
deep.
I think Ben Tennyson was a girl.
And Timmy Turner.
Timmy Turner was a girl.
And was Jimmy Neutron a girl?
Yes, I think.
I think was Bart Simpson a girl?
Bart Simpson, yes, was a girl.
True, huh? Like literally every young boy.
The boys we aspired to be were women.
Is that indicative of like
International Women's Day?
Oh God, are we getting into that?
No.
I guess this isn't gonna come out on International Women's Day, but it is recorded on International Women's Day. So I guess we gotta do like the obligatory, just like Happy International Women's Day.
Well, you can do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't want to wish women a happy International Women's Day?
Nobody deserves the day.
Oh, okay.
Nobody gets it.
Not even like celebrated people. President's Day, Veterans Day, Memorial Day.
Is there a Men's Day?
Yeah.
When?
I don't know.
But there is a Men's Day.
But there is an International Men's Day.
I'll just take that one off too.
Just we don't get a day either.
No, we don't get that either.
But I mean, what about our achievements? All of them.
We said we were gonna do this.
Fuck. Literally every time you're fucking on, it's just dumb shit. God damn it. Look at what you fucking done to me.
Cancelled, sis.
But no. Like you don't think anybody should have a day? Like, what if we had like...
If you did something, you get a day.
So women did something, no? Like voting rights?
That's like generalizations.
What the fuck? What do you mean? It's generalization.
I'm talking about like specific people. Like you don't have like a suffrage.
Oh, like an individual?
Yeah, if you don't have like a suffragettes day or something, sure.
Oh, okay. So something specific.
Yeah.
Like for that specific achievement.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. So then would you consider like Juneteenth like a valid holiday?
Sure. Wait, what's Juneteenth?
Emancipation Day. Well, that space heater is kind of loud.
Yeah. Oh, my fucking fridge was loud.
Just for those in the show, because of COVID precautions and, you know, the fact that the CDC is allowing people who are fully vaccinated to, you know, hang around. We're choosing our guests and our show places carefully. And so right now we're not in the normal studio. We're at Devin's place to record this. It's a very portable setup. You're fully vaccinated, right? We checked this before, like.
I saw my card somewhere.
I was talking about that with someone else the other day. It's like, what the fuck are those cards for? Like I would get it like, you know, for like proof, but.
Papers, please. Soviet Union.
It's like, but like you can fake that shit so easy.
But
it's
anyway, Juneteenth. Yeah, it's a good holiday, but I would just rename it.
To what?
I don't know. Why Juneteenth?
Because that was part of their like, because it was June 19th, and like they.
So it's a play on words.
Yeah, but it was also like a sort of I don't know the exact history, but it was more like they decided to name it based off of like historical, like how they would call it. That makes sense?
I mean, I guess. I don't know too much about it, but...
So, like, instead of saying June 19th, it was like they would just put the words together and make Juneteenth.
I guess that makes more sense. No, whatever.
So, that one would be okay.
Yes.
But International Women's Day, no?
See, when you say it individually, it sounds bad.
I'm not trying to frame it as, like, bad. I'm just saying, like...
Gaslighting me, motherfucker.
Gaslighting the people.
No International Men or Women's Day.
So, like...
If you want a day, you need something.
So, like you said, like, Suffragette Day would be okay.
I'd be down with that.
So, like, International Women's Day is too... broad.
It's too vague.
It doesn't celebrate like women properly.
Yeah.
Because I would say the same for like Black History Month. Like, relegate all of like Black history to like a single month. It's like.
I mean, Black history is American history, ain't it? So
it is.
So shouldn't there be like specific dates for specific things that happen? Like Juneteenth. I'm with that.
Yeah, and then Juneteenth doesn't happen in February.
No, that's what, like June? Yeah, Juneteenth.
June 19th. Yeah. But like me and my colleagues at the university, we discuss this like all the fucking time. It's like a lot of teachers will select like a selection of books to teach over the course of a year. And always on February, they choose like the Black book. Like they'll choose To Kill a Mockingbird or The Hate U Give or all these like, you know, African American books, when it's like, why not just make the whole selection diverse? not just like a single one for like.
But that's
Black
another
History
thing. I
Month.
don't like forced diversity either.
Well, no, like we're not trying to force diversity, but like just have like a representative canon of books.
Well, how do you feel about the whole Latinx thing? Because I hate it.
It depends. I think I'm open to using it, but I know for a fact that like real like Latinos don't fucking use it.
Fuck no.
We don't use it.
You and me don't use it.
No. And my family doesn't use it. My grandparents sure as fuck don't use it. Nobody in like the Latino community that's like, you know, in it.
Yeah,
grew
actually
up in
part of it.
We don't use it. But like if it's part of like the professional jargon, then I'll use it like for that.
No,
Because it's sort of like the accepted term.
I still don't like that.
It's like saying like black people versus African Americans.
Yeah, but on like a bunch of like official shit, like it says black.
Yeah.
So.
More like okay, so more like maybe Native Americans.
Oh, instead of like Indians.
Instead, yeah.
Okay.
So
But
even though I honestly don't even think like
okay, but that I don't think that's a fair comparison because if you call them Indians, that's a incorrect term, right? That just got
like
accepted.
It's an obvious like
that got accepted later on.
yeah.
Just
Whereas Latinx is just it's
you're
Latino
forcing something.
I think the only sort of like distinction is that Latinx is just inclusive to like trans people. Like Latinx is just saying like, oh, okay, so trans people exist, so this is like the gender neutral term. So I guess my approach to it is like, I'll use Latina or Latino normally, and then when like
referring to all.
Well, Latinos. That's like
all, yeah.
That's
so
everyone.
that's the correct.
You won't say everyone is Latinas, like
yeah, everyone's Latino. But
that's just the way Spanish works. That's
okay, but like I feel like it's more. I mean, some fucking like soft-hearted white person that fucking said, "Hey, why don't we fucking say Latinx?" Like,
that's the same issue that happened with Native people. Is that, and I'll still use Native American because like that's how I kind of grew up.
Well, what do they
like,
want to be
it.
called?
But what happened was like colonizers came, called them Indians. They didn't like it because they had their own individual names for themselves, and then slowly they accepted and like took back the name, like Indian, and made it their own, right?
Yeah.
The same way with like the N-word, right? And then, now they're starting to call themselves Indians. And then again, the same colonizers decide, oh well, Indians was a slur, so now we're gonna call you Native Americans. When there's like official statements from like specific tribes, I know like the Navajo Nation, the Mescalero Reservation here in New Mexico, like they send out statements about like referring to them and stuff like that. And Indian is sort of the preferred term compared to like Native American, because that's kind of the term that they accepted for themselves, and now Native American just feels like more colonization.
See, and that's how I feel about like the Latinx thing. Like, some fucking soft-hearted like white person that said, "Oh no, we should call you this," which I feel it makes me feel like a pet.
Yeah, like they're giving us the name, and it's like, wait a minute, we didn't even like.
Yeah, I don't want that. Like, we were cool with this. No one had a problem with this. You guys as outsiders saw it, and I was like,
and thought it was
that's wrong.
Yeah, because in Spanish, that's just the way the language works.
Yeah. Also, I don't like being called a person of color.
I think it's a problematic term because being Mexican doesn't necessarily mean that you're not white.
Yeah, because you could be like of like almost all Spanish descent.
And you could be like you know who I forget her last name. Anya Taylor, is it Joy? I think it's Joy. The one that came out in Split.
Yes.
And then the Queen's, and Queen's Gambit, that chick.
Yeah.
You know how she's like super white, blonde, blue eyes, like, and she's from Argentina.
Yeah, because Argentinians are white.
Yeah, exactly. But there was like an awards thing, I don't even remember what awards show it was, where she like won an award and people were praising her for like, because she's technically Latina, right? And they were saying she's like the first woman of color to win that award. And even she was like, no, I'm not a woman of color. Like, I know I'm Argentinian, but like,
I'm white.
yeah, like even she was like, I'm blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, I'm not a person of color.
So I'm confused. Is so do you have to be a certain shade to be called a person of color then?
I think that's the issue with, again, white people.
Bro, just
choosing.
just don't call me a fucking person of color. Just call me a fucking Hispanic.
Like,
call me brown. I prefer brown.
I think the issue is it's like white people choosing our fucking names. Why? Because everybody that isn't white American is a person of color. Like even like this like Anya Taylor-Joy, who is pretty
White
much
as fuck.
white and American, but she was just happens to be Argentinian. Just because she's not of American descent, she's a person of color. And it's like it's just fucking white Americans telling who's a foreigner. Oh, you're a person of color. Like Italians. Italians are European fucking white people.
Well, some of them.
But they were like racist to them, you know? Like
depending on what part of Italy you're from, because
true.
Yeah.
But like even then, like you get me, like it's like
yeah.
they're not that different. But just because they're like foreign,
bro, just call me what the fuck I am, bro.
Just say
you don't call me Hispanic, bro. Call me Hispanic.
Or even like Mexican American. Or I think I liked Chicano too. Because like Chicano really was like Mexican and American. It's like a mix.
I prefer Hispanic just because it's more vague.
It's like Spanish speaking Mexican, but like not.
Yeah, because I'm not really with the Mexican American, because that implies that I was born in Mexico and then became an American.
Yeah, it has to do more with like nationality.
Yeah, and I'm not. I've never even fucking been to Mexico.
True.
So I prefer Hispanic, or you can call me Chicano too.
I use Hispanic.
Yeah, I use Hispanic
because it's like, it's like a nice balance of like.
It could be either or.
Yeah, like you know you're of that culture, but you're not.
Yeah, but you're
from Mexico, or you're not
American.
Yeah. I think that people should just stop fucking calling people shit. Like,
just take what those people call themselves and call them that.
And then yeah, like that's why I don't mind like necessarily like the pronoun thing, because that's literally them asking to be called them that. Like, you get me? Like,
yeah, I get
like,
you.
if you talk to like a trans woman and she's like, oh, I prefer she, her, I don't have a problem with calling her she, her. That's the same thing with like Hispanic people.
Okay.
Or like Native people or black people. Because there's like a lot of black people too that like.
They prefer black.
Yeah. It's just like, I'm a black American. And it's like, why? And it's like, because I don't necessarily share African culture anymore. And sadly, because of what the fuck happened with slavery and.
Yeah, well, despite the circumstances, they
developed their own culture here in America.
Yeah, they're Americans. They just happen to be black. So you want to call them black? Call them black. You want to call me Hispanic? Call me Hispanic.
Yeah, like we know we're like of that descent.
Yes,
like black people know they're of African descent. We know we're of Mexican and like Aztec descent, but like maybe we don't share the same ties or like the same.
Yeah, I have no connections to Mexico.
Like, and even like with the language, like
I barely speak Spanish.
And it's like and I have like a huge fucking accent. Like,
do you?
Yeah, when I speak.
Maybe it's because I've known you for so long that I don't like notice.
When it comes like not when I speak English, I'm talking about like.
Oh, you speak Spanish.
When I speak Spanish, like I have like
an American accent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like pronouncing the words and like finding what the fuck I'm about to say.
Oh, because you're American first.
Exactly. Like I was born here, raised here, grew up with everything here, and it's like, but like in my household, I did speak a lot of Spanish.
Yeah, but
it's not the same as
the problem is like the people that impose on cultures and say that no that's wrong or that's derogatory or that's.
It's never us that say that.
Yeah.
It's always like somebody else.
Yeah, because it was like a while ago, weren't they trying to like get rid of black?
Like, like not saying black.
Yeah.
But even though like
black people like, oh, no, I'm black.
I mean, just the fact that like you can take back a word, like I think that kind of like shows that like you need to let us sort of like use what we want to get called, because like Chicano was like a slur. Like it was basically on the same line as like spick, because it was like you're
I
like,
don't even find spick offensive. I think it's funny.
yeah, I don't either. But then again, it's because I think it's like an old like
Or wetback. I don't find wetback.
wetback. I don't find it offensive. It's just it is a little newer than like spick, but like spick is just where did that come from? You know, like
I don't know.
I think I googled it one time and it was like, it had to do with. It was like a mixture, and it was like a catch-all term for like kind of brown people. Yeah, like they would even use like spick for like Italians and stuff. And it was like, what the fuck? Like why? But that was where like spick came from.
They call Italians like Guidos and shit, no?
And wops.
Wops. Fucking wops. Hey,
Which-
motherfucker, we said we weren't gonna get political.
Well, we got fucking political.
Yeah, first fucking thing.
But no. I think this is like a better discussion than like politics, because this is just us sort of like
Talking shit.
putting our grievances out, like
Like,
fuck the white man.
yeah,
But
no,
also, we're not like fully Mexican.
it's not fuck the white man. It's more
Just kind of let us be, please.
like, you think about it, the average white guy is just trying to do his thing. Then you get all these loud, like, people that want to, like, virtue signal.
And then you get the super loud, like, full on racist.
Yeah, but nobody ever takes them seriously.
I mean, look at what's been happening for like the past few years. I mean,
We'll skip over that.
But no, I get you. Like, generally speaking, people are like, okay.
Yeah,
Like, you
whatever,
talk to
man.
somebody and it's like, fine.
Like, I've never dealt with, like, a real racist.
I don't think I have, like, directly?
Yeah.
No. You know what? Never directly. Like, it's always been like, you they say something, you're like, oh, that was kind of fucking...
Oh, but it's never
Oh,
been
sure.
directed towards you.
Yeah, but it's never like, oh, fuck you, you fucking
Hey, but we were
Mexican
talking about
bitch.
this other time earlier, right? Like casual, like things that can be considered racist, but like you're not supposed to take them seriously.
Oh, like jokes and stuff?
Yeah, like jokes.
Yeah, jokes I think are like, it's because that's the things like, nowadays, context is never taken into account.
No, it's you said it and that's wrong.
Yeah, and I hate the people's like hold on, because there's like more to the story, and they're like, no,
You said it.
it's wrong. It's fucking wrong. Like, there was this one tweet where, like, it was Columbus Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this one chick was like, fuck Columbus. And, like, that's a normal fucking statement. Like, a lot of people say that, right? And then somebody else, like, posted a video by, like, it's like this viral video called, like, In Defense of Columbus. And I watched that video, and basically the video's just saying, like, hey, like, by today's standards, yeah, Columbus was a pretty shitty person. But he wasn't, like, this evil fucking...
malicious.
like Hitler person. He was just kind of like a sailor that ended up
In the wrong place.
like, yeah, he basically fucked up, thought he was in Japan, brought disease, and then started the whole like Spanish.
It's not even like
conquest.
he meant to bring the fucking disease.
Yeah, and compared to like Hernan Cortez that literally toppled like the Aztec Empire, Columbus was kind of like fine.
Yeah, he was alright.
And like that's the whole point of the video. The video is just saying like, yeah, in today's standards, he wouldn't be considered a good guy.
Okay, but I think that's the problem is like people like to look at history with like today's morals and like, so if I had to play devil's advocate, the people that came over from Europe to America, like, yeah, people conquered shit all the time back then. That's just how it went.
Yeah, and that was the whole point of the video. Just saying like you can't look at history
Like no one,
through your lens, because it's like you're gonna find like shitty fucking people. But that was just like, it was literally, that was the way it was
Yeah,
back
it's just
then. And like, I'm happy that it's better now, but you can't look at like, you know.
Yeah, because right now the world's kind of set how it is. It's like,
And like, there's evil people now.
but you know,
And then
everything's
there was
kind of
evil people then, but like you have to look at it all in like the context. And like literally, this person, all they did was just put the link right with the title of the video, and then this chick replied to that person saying, "I'm not gonna watch that video, because nobody should be defending Columbus." And it's kind of like, bitch, if you just watched the video, like you would learn that like But like these people aren't even like open to like learning. You get me? They hear one thing and say, "Oh, he's a fucking racist. Fuck it. I'm not gonna learn anything about him."
Columbus wasn't even racist.
He didn't even like know. Like he might have been racist towards like Africans. Like let's be honest.
No, most people were.
Literally, we're still seeing the effects of like racism against Africans. Like that's kind of like the. Sadly, it's kind of been like the big. They've been in the hot seat for centuries, like almost a millennia.
Yeah.
But, like, they're acting like Columbus, and I'm just using Columbus as like the example. But like, it's happened with like a lot of like historical figures. It's like. Just because like they did bad things that would be seen as like absolutely fucking horrendous now. You gotta see like what the world was at the time. Where this is 1492, like
Sail the ocean blue.
And most of the bad shit that actually happened to the natives happened generations after Columbus. Like they're attributing fucking torture, native slavery, the encomienda system, all to like Columbus when like Columbus wasn't even alive.
He was just there to like see what was up, and then...
like he literally, that's what kind of blew my mind when I saw that video. Columbus only made like 3 main trips to the New World.
And he never really stayed
for
long.
And like 2 other ones for like small islands around there.
Yeah, he never stayed for long because he was a traveler.
Like he went there, helped him kind of set a colony, and every other sort of like bad shit that happened, he was already dead by like the time that was like happening.
Yeah, but it's his fault, right?
Exactly. And like that's what happens with like a lot of historical figures. Like there are true evils. Like there are genuinely like true evils in history.
Yeah, like Hitler.
Hitler, obviously.
Or like Stalin.
And like those are like the big ones, honestly. But like that's because
what was the Asian guy? Mao
Zedong.
Yeah, didn't he kill like 2 million people?
2 million? No, I think it was close to like 50 million.
Oh yeah.
But those were like his own citizens, so it's kind of hard to like really put a number, because it's the same thing. Like you attribute the 75 million Soviets dead during World War II all to Stalin, but then you realize Stalin's strategy was just to fucking
throw them,
like just throw them at the Germans.
There's a
like,
fucking machine gun right there.
So
they'll run out of bullets before we run out of guys.
Fucking hell! Like no, that was the actual fucking like the idea behind it. So like there were genuine fucking evils, and it goes back all the way like back to history, like the Romans, fucking Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
So like, God, we really don't know like a lot of history. Well, that's things like now I feel like historians are kind of good with like teaching context.
Imagine
if you take
being imagine being a historian today.
Like if you take a good history class, like people take a history class that isn't fucking freshman college year history.
My freshman college history.
Year 1 anthropology, like
my first history course in college. It was like history 1301 or some shit like that. Yeah. And it was a middle-aged white woman. Oof. Yeah, so it was just talking shit about fucking the colonizers and Columbus, and it was like that's okay, but like I've taken history classes. Context into
it. I've taken history classes that are more like ancient history, and when you read ancient history, like there's no like clear
good guy or bad guy.
Yeah, it's never black and white.
Yeah,
like there are atrocities for sure.
I mean, yeah, like
but like the way they're presented as they should be, I think, is like with context, saying like it's 2 people, 2 sides.
This is what one wanted. This is what the other wanted. This is what happened.
And you kind of like realize that the history of humanity is like a history of war.
Yeah, that's all we do. We all do is fucking kill each other for a millennium.
But like I feel like we're as a generation is like obsessed with trying to find like the bad guy,
which I think is the problem. Like,
yeah, that's basically all of cancel culture. Is like I get improving like our lives.
Yeah,
like we're
moving
realizing
forward, sure, but don't fucking demonize people back then for having different.
Yeah, like I always use the argument of cars, because like I'm pretty sure that in the future, and I'm talking generations in the future, people are gonna look back at us like we're evil because we used gasoline vehicles. Like we were literally killing our planet, right? I hope that they don't look at us and our grandchildren if like oh, your grandfather owned a fucking gasoline vehicle, you fucking planet murderer son. Like you get me? Like,
yeah, I get it.
We're doing evil shit now that we don't think is evil, but maybe in the future will be considered evil.
Yeah, like right now we still eat meat. Maybe in the future
they're fully vegetarian. They're like, holy shit, people used to eat other animals, like barbarians.
That's what we do.
But that's like normal to us now.
Yeah.
Sadly, that's what it was back then. Like, there was shit that people did back then that was like normal for them.
That we don't agree with now.
And I don't think that they should be vilified for that.
Can we move on to another topic? It seems every time you and me fucking get on a fucking tangent, we talk about some fucking...
But that's good, though. It's content.
It's good, content. Sure, but you gotta spice up our conversations.
Okay, what do you think is like a spicy topic? What do you think the people want to hear?
Who's your favorite porn star?
Okay. I've gone through a few. It kind of changes. It fluctuates.
Okay.
But I guess the ones... I have two that are like on even standing that I always kind of like hop between. Like, I always come back to them. Even though, like, I find a new favorite...
They're your rock.
I'm like, yeah, they're like my foundation.
Yeah, if everything goes bad, you'll always go back to them.
Exactly.
Okay.
I know I can trust that. It's Riley Reid and Carly Gray.
You like Riley Reid? She's too small.
She's too small.
And then she tried to rap one time and...
Okay, no. You know what? That's. I love her more because of how cringy and bad that rap was.
Good for you. You're following your dreams.
Yeah, like.
I like Carly Gray.
Carly Gray's amazing.
You thick as hell.
Like shit. And then she has like this like way about her like.
Do you care about personalities?
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm a man of heart, a man of soul. I look at these women in these videos and I'm like, you could be doing so. I think you could go into acting. I think.
And then you immediately watch them get railed by.
And then 10 and then I nut and I'm like,
cock.
fuck. You know.
I hate you.
What are you doing to me? You fucking. And then you just get degrading, and then you degrade them for like a few minutes.
You have to close the window as soon as you see it. You know.
And then you reset.
Yeah.
You watch like a funny video, and you're like, okay, I'm back to normal. You look at a meme, and you're like, okay, let me put it away. Let me like.
Isn't it weird how like you switch out of the horny mindset like in an instant? You go from being an animal, like a fucking.
I'm gonna admit something to you and to the fans.
Okay. We're all family here.
Dude, there's some scary parts of post-nut clarity. Like, there's the normal post-nut clarity where like
sad afterwards.
Well, like that to me is like normal post-nut clarity. Like, either it clarifies you, but then you can like reset, right?
Yeah.
Or like you get a little sad and ashamed, but then you still can like go on with your day, right? Dude, there's some post-nut clarities where my brain gets so clear, but it's still stuck in the fantasy, where like I'll like nut, my head will clear up like all the horny thoughts, but now like imagine like, oh fuck, what if she gets like pregnant? Like I start going through like the realization.
What the
like,
fuck? You're worried about this chick's fucking future?
Yeah, literally, like it's like, oh fuck, like if that were to happen, like if I nutted in her, like. She could get like pregnant. It's like, so how would I even like?
So do you project yourself into it?
No, it's not like projecting into yourself. It's just like you start thinking about like if the fantasy were real, but like no longer like the horny stuff. It's like, wait, what are the logistics of like? Yeah, and you're like thinking about like if I were to.
If you were to fuck Carly Gray and then
you start thinking like if I would have like nutted in her like. Shit, what would my life be like? Like, you start thinking about this for like a few minutes and then...
she's not gonna quit her job.
No. But, like, I don't care. Like...
You don't care.
I'm never gonna fuck her. Like...
Oh, okay.
Like, it's just in the moment, like, that post-nut clarity, just...
Sometimes
your brain's still attached to the whatever you were watching.
Sometimes I get post-nut clarity and I get, like, really sad. I'm like...
You feel gross. You're just like,
what have I done? Like, how could a woman want me?
What's like the biological necessity of post-nut clarity? Like I don't get it.
I don't think it's post-nut clarity. I think you're just clouded while you're horny, and then afterwards,
I guess
you're
the
back to
change is
normal.
so.
Yeah, so sudden, you're back to normal.
Oh, okay.
'Cause think about it. You need that drive to procreate.
Yeah, now that you put it that way, I realize like
You don't.
in the moment it feels like you're more clear than usual, but
You're just going back to normal in comparison to the horny state.
yeah, because like going from normal to horny is like a gradual like.
It's a build.
Like you don't get immediate like oh fuck like.
Sometimes I do.
Okay, yeah, but like it's still even then it's still kind of like you're still in the moment.
Yeah.
Like your head space doesn't change drastically. Like you go from normal and like a gradient.
It's a crescendo.
Whether it's like
it's a crescendo to the horny.
Exactly. So like you don't notice the change. You don't know how big of the difference is from horny to like normal. And I guess once you nut, it goes immediately back to normal. So like the drop happens, and you think, "Shit, I'm more clear now than I was
I've ever
before."
been. Yeah.
But nah, you're just fucking normal.
Yeah, you're just back to normal
You
again.
just nutted like. I think the sad part of like post-nut clarity is when like you do things in the horny that you regret
Though,
after the horny.
believe me, it's gotten me.
Like you send a message in the horny and then like they don't answer.
I told you
nut,
about.
and then like you're like, fuck.
I told you about Alamogordo, right?
Yeah.
And I told you about Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the drive over there, I was like wired, and then I get there, and then I'm like, oh, I just drove all the way over here. I'm disgusting. I'm already here though.
Well, yeah, in that moment you're still horny.
Yeah, I'm so horny.
Like, oh fuck, you start justifying it. Like,
Yeah, like
fuck, I just wasted this much gas. Like, I'm over here. It could be dangerous.
I don't know this person.
Yeah, and then like,
I'm already.
but you know what? Like, I'm already here.
Yeah.
Might as well fuck. and then you nut.
And then it's even worse, cause you're happy for a while. You're like, fuck yeah. But then you get in the car and it's like 3 a.m. You gotta drive home and you're like, oh, I gotta drive 45 minutes back home.
And then yeah, that whole 45 minutes, you're just like, what did I just do?
Was it worth it?
That's probably the worst part.
Yeah.
It's like you start thinking like, maybe it wasn't worth.
Maybe it wasn't worth it.
Like, maybe it wasn't everything I thought it would be.
Yeah, so that's the bad part. But I don't know, whatever.
I don't know why. It's not like I would want them to. Like I'm not spiteful about it. I just wish we were like women in that we could just come and keep going and not have like post-nut clarity or like just nuts that have to reset.
No, there's been times where like I'll nut and I'll stay like solid.
Yeah, but
and I
like
can keep
it's not
going.
the same.
No, but I
like
can
you
keep
can
going.
physically keep going, but like
No, I'll keep going, and then like sure at that particular moment I won't be where I was, but I can get back there because I'm still there.
But you can't have like successive orgasms. Like
Like
that's impossible.
What do you mean?
Like you come, and then the regen period is like instant, and you can just come again.
Like
and
immediately?
Again, and again, yeah.
No, I'd have to fuck for like another
Exactly.
15 minutes at least.
And it's always the second round's a little longer. Like, because your balls are kind of just like, fuck, we gotta make more. This man's trying to fuck, and we haven't finished cooking, you know? Like,
Yeah, it's like
gotta put the fucking shit in the oven again.
It's like in the kitchen. It's like in a fucking restaurant during fucking dinner rush. Like trying to just get the fucking dishes out.
And then eventually, if you do it too much, they'll fucking, what is it? They'll 86 it.
Yeah, they'll 86 it, and then it hurts.
And it's just you shooting blanks. Just
And then your balls kind of hurt afterwards.
It's not even like your balls. It's like that, like the fupa, the little area.
No, my balls hurt
Like
sometimes.
they shrivel up. Just
Yes.
they ache.
They ache.
Just because of doing it too much. You fucking monster.
Yeah, and then I feel disgusted afterwards.
But they don't. I love the memes where it's like, women after coming and it's like something
Yeah.
like super cute and like she's so satisfied.
Yeah, she's so serene.
And then men after coming, it's like the fucking cat that's like crying like, with his thumbs up.
Or the fucking, or it's the Chad meme that the face is blacked out because he's.
He just finished fucking. And he's like in the darkness, like his soul got vaporized.
That's how it fucking feels sometimes. Oh no, not after I fuck. After I fuck, sometimes depending on the person. Sometimes I'll cuddle, and it'll be nice.
You use that clarity to your advantage.
Yeah, I'm happy.
To sort of like soak in the good vibes.
Yeah, but if it's someone that I don't care about, like I'm like.
Or like breakup sex, or like angry sex. I feel like in theory, sounds like amazing because like it's rough. It's like, passionate.
Yeah.
But like after the nut,
You're like.
you get me? Because like you hate this person. It's like.
No, sometimes you can bring it back.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like those feelings are like still. You get me? Like it was like, it's not like a good vibe. Kind of like oh, you had sex because you were happy. It's like.
No, I mean, just off the experience I have, it's always been.
You nut and then you're cool.
Yeah, we're cool.
You don't sober up and realize like, oh shit, what the fuck?
No, you nut, especially if it's someone that I was in a relationship with and I cared about. When we get in a fight or whatever, and we bug. Afterwards, we'll like cuddle or something. Then we're happy. Like everything I said.
Just goes away.
It goes away.
It didn't mean anything.
I didn't mean it. I was just horny.
You remember? You remembered why you fell in love in the first place.
But then, like I said, like with other girls that I don't have any feelings for, and then after I nut, I'm like.
You're laying in the bed in the dark.
No, I don't.
She's falling asleep all happily, and you're just like looking into.
No, I don't even lay down. I find my jeans and I.
You get the fuck out.
This was fun. No, never text me again.
Just please don't fucking contact me.
I'm sorry for disappointing you.
Sorry your party was so lame.
Sorry. This usually doesn't happen.
Oh god. That's probably the worst part. Is like, that's something like I think we as men need to like reconcile. I don't know if like you've already reconciled it, but like there's a lot of dudes out there that do not accept it. But like, we're not good in bed like the same way they are in bed.
Okay, they don't have to do anything.
No, I'm saying like they can do to themselves a million different things that like we'll never be able to match.
But we can get close.
You sure? You sure?
I don't know. Maybe every girl I've been with has just lied to me. It's
the chances are high.
It's usually how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, I think a healthy relationship just needs like communication between each other and just say like, hey, you're not doing the job, but it's like, okay, I'll like help you out, I think that's a healthy sort of like what am I doing wrong?
Well, I've never been sidelined.
Yeah. And I think that's just because like you probably have more healthy relationships than most people. But
that's so we thought.
I mean,
let's
we won't get into that.
Let's move on.
But like, I feel like there's a lot of dudes that think that they're wrecking the pussy like constantly.
Oh no.
And it's like, no, dude, no.
No, I evaluate my performance afterwards. Like, was that good?
And
like I don't ask them if it was good, but in my head, like I can compare it to ones that I hold in high esteem. Like, that was a good one. I know it was good. And then I compare them to other ones, and I'm like, yeah, I could have done this differently, or
it could have.
I could have added something.
It could have gone like a little bit different.
A little bit, yeah.
I feel like even then, like even if you like the good ones, right? That's more of like a teamwork type thing. Like it was good because you had fun, and it was good because she had fun. And it was like, it was like a good vibe, it was like a good performance for each other. Okay, but
doing something for yourself is not in the same ballpark as doing it with somebody else.
In terms of like sexual gratification, like raw gratification,
Okay,
like orgasm.
I can beat my dick better than any fucking girl's ever.
Exactly.
That's
but
just
the
because I know how to do it.
the difference is just the anatomy itself.
Yeah,
like
they kind of looked out.
Because theirs is more complex. Theirs has more like nerve endings, different ways to like satisfy.
Mine, you just tug on that bitch and eventually something will happen.
Once it erupts.
Yeah, that's it. You've done your job.
Call it quits. But like them, a guy who's good in bed still isn't good at making her climax. That makes sense? He's good in bed because it's a fun experience. But in terms of raw gratification, men just like we just can't, not with our dicks alone. And that's what I'm saying. Like we have other tools. Yeah, and that just comes with communication. It's like, it's also, do you like oral?
No, it's also body language. Like I feel like if you're good at it, you don't even need them to say
raw penetration.
No, raw penetration, not raw penetration.
That's what I'm saying. So like just penetration does not satisfy.
No.
Anatomically speaking, there's no way. Like literally, there's just like the G spot, but like men just do not hit it as much as we think, or we'd like to fucking think that we do. But again, communication, you guys talk about it and then you like figure it out. And it's like, oh, there's other things we can do. Yeah. But there's a lot of dudes that don't communicate.
Okay, the dudes that think that they're the shit all the time.
Exactly.
And never learn. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like, because generally men are bad at it because we don't know, right?
Yeah.
In a healthy relationship, you learn.
Yeah.
And then it becomes better over time. But we know that like there's like a majority of men that just will not ever take swallow their pride. Yeah. They won't swallow their pride and think like, oh shit, I'm bad in bed.
No, this is why I always, like after I fuck, like sometimes it's fun to like make fun of it.
Oh, just kind of like
make fun of my performance,
break the ice, and just kind of like like that self-deprecating kind of.
Well, because you know me, I just self-deprecate. That's a lot of my humor. So that's not gonna change when it comes to that.
No, yeah, and honestly, I think that would help.
It does help a lot
because like it's like I know it wasn't like the greatest, but like it was fun, right? Like,
I mean, it was good for me.
I mean, I got my nut, but like,
no, cause like,
but no, like it makes people comfortable. Honestly, I think like.
Yeah, I like joking about it. It's
like,
funny.
Cause like, I feel.
Like sometimes, like if I go multiple rounds, and then, like if I go multiple rounds, and then on the last round I finish her off, like I go down on her. Like a lot of the times that's because like my dick is tired.
So you gotta like give it a rest.
Yeah, I'm like, I got friction burn and fucking big man's not at 100%. I'll joke about it afterward. I'm like, yeah, my dick was just not fucking. My dick could not keep up at the end.
Yeah, and then I think that makes it a more like enjoyable experience because like
it's funny.
The atmosphere gets like casual.
Yeah, like it's not weird afterwards.
Yeah, whereas if you go in like very arrogantly.
Yeah, like I just fucking wrecked that pussy.
And then she's just kind of she hates you for it. It's like no, you didn't. Like you could have done other shit.
Yeah.
But like joking around with it.
It's funny. Like I think I laugh.
Unless she like needs, like absolutely fucking needs gratification, and you trying to joke around still doesn't like change anything. Like she like.
That's never happened.
But I feel like that's like a 1% minority, in terms of guys and girls. Like, I think normal people just don't need the gratification as much as like we think. So in terms of like sex in general, it's more about like.
Was it fun?
The experience, yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like we had fun. It was a good way to spend 3 minutes. You had fun for those last 30 seconds. I had fun.
those 30 seconds in the middle. Woo,
God
wild.
damn, those were fun 5 seconds right there. That reminded me of I don't know if I should name drop him, but
first name.
Jair.
Oh, did we ever tell you the story?
No, but I'm just gonna. I think I might have said this story like before on the podcast, but never. I don't think you were there.
No.
But like that reminded me of like, or no, I don't think it was him. I think it was somebody else. Doesn't matter. Like I won't drop his name, but like the vet teacher that would look over.
Yes.
Yes. So this dude, I think it was Jair, but I'm not totally sure. Was sitting with his girl. That's why I don't think it was Jair.
No, because I don't think Jair was in a.
It was in a relationship. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think he just fucked around.
So it might have been somebody else.
Yeah,
But anyway, this dude was like at our lunch table, and then he had his girl like on his lap, and then you remember like the teacher comes over.
No, I know who it was, but I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, but like the teacher comes over and he's like, "You guys can't be doing that." And then they're like, "Why not?" It's like, "Oh, because I have a 3-second rule. Only be touching each other for 3 seconds, and then separate." And then this dude's like, "Shit, all I need is 3 seconds."
And so she could touch my dick for 3 seconds, and you're gonna be cool with it, sir?
That was his rule.
Yeah, you said 3 seconds.
Just
She
3
could touch
seconds.
me.
3 seconds. Fuck it. All he needs 3 pumps.
Yeah,
Call
honestly,
it a day right there. Call it a month.
High school was disgusting.
High school was just an orgy with like history lessons.
You don't know how many times I had sex inside the school.
Dude, it was like I'm pretty sure it was pretty easy.
It was stupid easy.
Nobody was like watching the halls.
Nobody. Stairwells, empty.
Cameras never worked.
Fuck no, they never worked.
Like,
Nobody checked the cameras at all.
Who the fuck would? Like,
Yeah.
there was no like security room that had like monitors for the fucking cameras.
Yeah, I fucked so many times.
But like, was it like restrooms or just fucking random corners in the hallway, like staircases, classrooms, empty fucking storage rooms and shit?
Basically.
Yeah, that was pretty much our high school. Literally every there was so many spaces where like you knew.
Now that I think about it, it's kind of disgusting.
It is.
You remember when
It's
we'd
gross.
hang out at Espino's after?
Yes.
You know, at the ends of that building, those 2 hallways?
Oh, well, yeah.
There.
Dude,
You guys knew.
like it was kind of obvious, like
Yeah,
those areas in that building.
it got to the point where you guys knew, like, to announce yourselves before you walked over there.
Yeah, because there was always something fucking going on. It's like, oh shit, where's Devin? Oh.
Yeah. Oh, he's not in the group.
He went down the hall. Oh, got it. Okay.
I don't even know why we didn't just go to the car. I had a car.
You literally, yeah, like
It was a big car.
you could have fit. And I'm pretty sure it happened there too. I'm just saying, like, y'all could have like waited a couple seconds, get to the car, and like.
I don't know, bro. I was horny.
And the weird part is, like, high school, like, we were never clean. Like even aside from like the sex shit, but like it ties into like sex, is like, I remember like my hands always feeling dirty after school, and like, you have like that weird like, because the air conditioners never work, so you kind of like were a little sweaty, and you were touching shit at lunch. And
you know
like,
how gross it?
your
You know how gross it
hand.
was? Well, it was because like she was always like super horny, and she wouldn't just like let me go. She had just finished practice.
That's what I'm saying.
And
it's
I
like,
had just
we
finished
were all
practice.
fucking gross anyway. Add the fucking like sex on top is like, ugh.
Yeah, and I was just done with football.
Fucking like sweat and dirt and
Sticky.
And then you get like the roñas
Yeah.
with the fucking
Little dirt.
like dead skin and fucking jam.
I smelled like the inside of shoulder pads and helmets. And she still wanted to. I was like, I guess let's go to my car with leather seats.
Just fuck. It
It was disgusting.
That's gross.
Yeah. Now that I look back at it, it was disgusting, but I didn't. Oh, come on, I was like 16. Did I care? No.
No, dude, you were fucking horny. That was literally like everybody at the fucking school.
Yeah.
High school's like, what is high school? It was never about the school. Ever.
It was if you were in sports, it was sports, and then
You were like in some like
if you were-
extracurricular.
yeah, and if you weren't a virgin, then you were fucking.
you were just fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally everywhere.
Basically.
But like, everywhere, everyone,
everywhere, all the time.
like, and everybody knew.
And nobody said anything.
That's fucking gross. Now it's like we know everybody's fucking, but like.
You do it in the privacy of your own.
Like, yeah, it's like it's not even sacred. It's just kind of like it's
a
polite. It's like a courtesy, like.
Fact of life.
Yeah. But like again, like it's like a courtesy, like, you fuck. And then you go to, like, with the rest of your life, right?
Yeah.
But in fucking high school, like, that was always on everybody's minds. Like,
yeah.
When's the next nut?
Coomers, bro.
We were all fucking coomers. I don't know if it was just our generation. Nah, it can't be just our generation.
Come on, but...
Adolescents just fuck. That's all they do.
Yeah, because you have all these hormones going through you. You have no idea how to control them.
But, like, now it's just kind of like...
What's your favorite sex scene in a movie?
Favorite sex scene in a movie? You know, I can't think of one. It probably isn't my favorite because I know that there's like a million of them, but this is like the only one that's like sticking with me. All the sex scenes and like the progression of them in The Wolf of Wall Street. Because like they start off with Margot Robbie and Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, okay. Just those. And I'm not talking about like all the other fucking like the orgies and shit. But like just the Margot Robbie Leonardo ones because like they start off amazing. They start off fucking like great. And like at the very end, it just like hits you the way she's just like she's like plays it up and she's like, oh yeah, fucking come in me, blah blah blah. And then he like finishes and then she's just like, okay, are you done? Yes. That's the last time you're ever gonna like get to fucking. And I was like, oh shit. Like yeah, like that shit was like so fucking like hard.
At least she gave him one.
At least she did, but like
at the same time, it's like
it hits so hard like for the story. Like I like how like Martin Scorsese said, yeah, like he fucking crashed his car, like lost his company, blah blah blah. But I'm gonna like end the movie at the point where he can't fuck his wife anymore. Like that's the stinger. And it's like damn, that's like that's a creative way to like.
That's the worst part of his story.
It's just like he can't fuck her no more, but like.
I mean, shit.
I kind of like it though. Like
I'd be sad too if I couldn't fuck Margot Robbie.
Like it wouldn't be like the worst part, but I like it was the way it was presented. Like he chose that one because it was like the most personal.
It was the cherry on top.
Yeah, it was like finally like, and it kind of helps like her character out too because it's like, she went through all this shit with him. It's like this is like her one last chance to like say a fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
That's like the one that came into my head.
That's your favorite.
Yeah.
Well, at the moment. Ah, do I have one? God. Honestly, I don't watch a lot of movies with sex scenes in them.
Right? It's kind of hard to, like, think about.
Yeah, because when you're, like, 14, you always, like, remember all of them.
You're like, oh, I saw titties.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I can't really...
I think it's because we're, like, we know that they're not, like, a big part of movies.
Yeah, no, I don't
Because movies aren't porn. Like, the sex scene isn't the main part of the story, so, like, it's never, like, the focus.
But I love movies, though.
I'm saying.
Just in general. Like, more than the average person, I'd say.
I think, at least in my case, I think I love movies the same amount as everybody else. But, like, I love the artistry of the movie more than the average person.
Well,
because people love movies, like, generally, people, like, watch movies all the time.
No, but, like...
But it's, like, loving the artistry of it. Like, how it's made, the art behind it, the imagery, like, the symbolism, all that.
I just love the art of the movie itself. Like, as a sum of its parts. Like, you like breaking it down. But, like,
whole stories.
Yes.
Like, okay, so then what's your favorite movie? All time. Absolutely.
Shit.
I feel like that's a kind of like a loaded question. Like, because you can't really pick one.
No.
I feel like having to ask is like, you'd have to like break it down to like genre.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite action movie?
Action movie, I'd say. Did you ever watch Dread?
Which one?
The one with
The remake or the
the
original?
remake, the one with the Carl
I never
Urban.
watched the remake.
Dude, you gotta watch it, dude. It's so fucking
Is it
good.
amazing?
It's fucking amazing.
I heard like pretty great things about it.
Yeah, but nobody went to go fucking see it, so we don't get a fucking Dread 2.
I think it's because like
The first one left a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
yeah, and like even though it still had like its cult following, like it already kind of became like obscure. So when they made a remake, people were just like, and then from what I heard, like it's not even like a remake. It's like a kind of like a sequel remake. Like
No, it's a hard remake.
oh, it's like fully like they just
Yeah,
completely
they
reimagined it.
don't mention anything about the other one.
Oh, okay.
And fucking Carl Urban's so good in it. You never see his face, and he's like has the fucking voice down.
It's just like the perfect Judge Dredd.
Basically, it's perfect.
Are superhero like or comic book movies considered action movies? Like I know they have action, but like
I feel like they're their own genre now.
yeah, cause like at first it probably would have been like, oh, this superhero movie is
An action.
an action movie, but like now they're now like superhero movies can be different genres too. Like I would consider like the Winter Soldier an action superhero movie, but like
A thriller.
yeah, but like Guardians of the Galaxy can be like
Comedy.
a comedy western, You get
Technically,
me?
it is a western.
and like Doctor Strange, at least like the second one that they're trying to do is like a horror, but it's still a superhero movie.
I'm excited for that one.
I know, like I'm hearing good things, and I thought WandaVision was gonna like tie in, but
Honestly, WandaVision hasn't caught my attention. It just seems dull.
it
I love the fucking the Vision memes where he's like
he's like he has drip. and shit.
yeah, he's fucking dripping.
I think it's just because of like the pose that like they
Yeah,
caught him
he's
is
smiling.
with his like hand on his chest.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect fucking like drip pose.
Fuck yeah.
It's like the most like fuck boy it like
And he was already wearing the turtleneck and it
he had the Lil Uzi fucking
yeah,
mind
it's
stone.
it's perfect.
Fuck. We are at the hour, my guy.
What time is it?
11:46 p.m. on the day that we're recording this.
I mean, I could push it a little bit longer if you're done.
Yeah, sure. News. The other host, the Jagoff, just texted me saying he's out of his class.
Wow, bro. Like, nobody gives a fuck.
We're already doing this show without you, bro. Like, look, the top one.
Hey, wanna play? Nah, bro. We're making content.
Content that you're not a part of.
No.
He's gonna listen to. Well, honestly,
Does he listen to them?
I don't know.
He might listen to this one because he's not on it.
Maybe. Lana, if you're listening to this, just know that like I'll tell you this in person. Like there have been times where like I ask him like, have you listened to the episodes? And he's like, no, I haven't gotten to them. So
Well, it's understandable because he's part of most of them, so he knows
he
what happens.
wouldn't need to like listen to them. But like the ones that he's not in, like when he was in Mexico, like I asked him like, have you listened to them? And he was like, nope. I'm just like, alright, cool.
Damn, bro. If you don't listen to your own shit.
I don't know. But
Okay, well, back to movies. My favorite movie right now, I say, is Blade Runner 2049.
that's such a good fucking movie.
It's such a good.
It's like so perfect.
I feel like lonely but astonished when I watch it.
And amazed and just like everything about it. I love how like it just connects with the first one so fucking well. Like the what is the ultimate or the final cut of the first Blade Runner? Because you know how there's the original, the theatrical, the directors, and then there's like the final, which is the one like Ridley Scott decided this is the one. Like I know I released the directors, but nah, this is the one.
This is the one.
That one is just, there's just something about it. And I love how 2049 also captured that.
2049 is just so good, dude. Like, it's got that, like, future like retro wave, but it's dystopian and it's got
It feels so real.
and it's makes you feel so lonely.
I loved like the atmosphere.
I do. It's so
There's just something about
so
it.
gloomy and
I feel like that's like, even though I know it's based in 2049 and like the first one's based in like what 2000 something.
like 2015, I think.
Yeah, but like so like even though it's not our reality, it feels like real. Like that could literally be us like, in
Yeah.
a few years.
Like there's nothing in there that's like too
Kind of like out of the ordinary.
yeah, like even the flying cars like seem like
They seem physically like possible.
yeah, like just so pedestrian. Like they don't play them up.
At all. None of the effects are like, they're like integrated like really 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 well.
Yeah,
To
like,
the point where like
you forget about it.
yeah, it's like oh it's normal that like that happens. You know what's kind of crazy though?
Mm.
I think what kind of helped, like holograms at least feel real was the fact that like, that was like a hologram craze and like when it came out.
Oh, with like Tupac and all that.
No, because those are fake like holograms, but like real holograms. Like I don't know if you saw like the ones that they have like at gas stations now. That show like advertisements.
Oh yeah, it was like a cup or a Slurpee or something.
Yeah, like that's just so fucking cool to me.
Dude,
I
the first
never
time I
thought-
saw it, I was like,
wow.
we're in the future now.
Literally, yeah, I thought the same. I was like, oh shit, like, and I had seen videos of it, right? And I was like, oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like that's just like some
You see him at the
CGI
gas
shit.
station, you're like, oh.
And then yeah, and you're like, oh fuck, and then it's kind of convincing. Like
I'm about to go buy a fucking.
it's like 3D.
I'm gonna buy a fucking trench coat like fucking Ryan Gosling.
Walk around. That's gotta be like a trench coat with like the little fur,
Yeah,
like
the fur.
collar, and you gotta have like a cut on like
On my
your eyebrow
nose.
and like a little band-aid on your fucking nose.
Oh fuck it. So I'm already alone now.
What?
I'm so lonely now.
I need to get you a Joy. So you have your little, it's like a little jewel pen. Yeah, you fucking do it like, doo-doo-doo-doo, and then she pops up.
Oh, if you give me a Joy, I'm gonna the same thing's gonna happen to me as what happened to Ryan Gosling. Some fucking cold-hearted other hot bitch is gonna kill my holographic girlfriend who I loved, and she loved me. And then she's
But what I love about that movie, right, is like
the big hologram.
okay, well, you know what I mean, yeah, but like, but I love like the symbol, like the storytelling part of that,
Dude, it's so good.
because like, you really think like their relationship is real, right?
Even though they're both fake ass motherfuckers.
Like, well, he's more real than her, even though he's a replicant. But like, you think like their love for each other is like unique.
Yeah.
Even when she's like gives him a name, it's like Joe, right?
Yeah, she's a product.
And then she dies, and then like the whole revelation happens, and then he meets like this fake advertisement version of Joey.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "You look like a sad or like a lonely
Like a
Joe." And then that's when he kind of realizes like, oh, she was just a product from the
Yeah.
beginning. Like the love was never fucking real. That shit just got me. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, and then you see it on his. He fucking conveys it so well. Like,
And
the
it's like
realization-
silent acting, just like
Like you see his eyes kind of like look down.
and then just like, oh, and you know what he's thinking now,
Yeah.
and like, and if you've been paying attention, you realize what that means. Like,
Yeah.
and you don't need like it told to
Like,
you.
it was never real.
And it's like, fuck. Everything that he fucking went through was just alone throughout
And
the
then
entire.
at the
thing.
end when he wasn't even like the guy.
Oh, that too. That shit kind of like broke my
Yeah, I was
heart.
like, oh, I wanted you to be important.
But what I loved about it is it took me out of the movie in a good way. Cause like you know how like sometimes
Because
watch...
you expect it. You expect the guy that you're following around the whole movie to be the guy.
Yeah, and why? Because we project ourselves into them
Yeah.
too. Like, I don't know if you've ever like come out, especially like when we're kids.
Don't worry. Yeah, I've seen that movie.
Like, you see
and I
Harry Potter-
based my whole personality off of that.
Exactly. Like you see Harry Potter and you come out like a wizard. Like, yeah, mom, I'm Harry too. Like, and like no, you're fucking
like,
not. So I love that part because it's like, oh shit, none of us are.
I
Like
ain't
even the
sh-
lady was like, I would have wished it too, but like
I ain't shit.
we're not nothing. We have to find the real chick. And
And then it turns out to be the most fucking just
like
whatever.
it seems like random in the movie.
Yeah, it's like
But she's the actual one. It's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? That's like the chick that makes dreams.
yeah,
That part I didn't get until I watched it like maybe on the third time that I finally connected.
that she makes dreams.
No. That like she
She was the one.
Like, I knew she was the one because, of course, the movie presents it very obviously, but, like, I never got how, I guess we can call him Joe, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
I never got how he figured it out.
K.
That it was her. K, there you go. I never figured out how he figured it out. Because, like, they never explicitly say that it's the Dreammaker chick. You get me? Like, they just say, oh, it's a daughter, like, that
That's a
has
girl.
these dreams. And then after, the third time I watched it, I was like, oh, I get it now. And it's because of the dream of the horse.
Yeah, because like, she said she would always put something personal in there.
Yeah. And then she sees the dream, and then she says, like, this dream is real, and she's, like, getting emotional.
Yeah, so.
And you know in that moment, even Kay believes that he's the one, right? When he realizes he's not,
He's like,
that's when
she's talking about herself.
It was her dream. That's why she knew it was real. And that's when I finally got, like, that's how he knew it was the Dreammaker chick that was, like, the one to fucking...
And it just never tells you if he dies or not. He just
kind of lays down on the, like,
on the snow, on the steps.
Because at that point, like...
I want to buy that jacket. I want that jacket.
I'm pretty sure you could probably order it somewhere.
I want it.
Like, it's probably going to be really fucking expensive, though.
I just based my entire personality off of Ryan Gosling's movies. Did you ever see Drive?
No, but, like, I've seen, like, parts of it.
Yeah, so...
Or is it The Nice Guys?
Yeah.
With, what's his name? Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe.
That one was, like, when he fucking tries to break in, like, as he's investigating, fucking breaks his hand and, like, has to go to the hospital. That shit was just perfect, like, storytelling.
So I just based my entire personality off Ryan Gosling
just
movies.
be Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
But not the real Ryan Gosling.
Not the real Ryan Gosling.
The movie Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, just...
I feel like he's kind of like...
He's kind of like his movies, though.
Well, every movie character he plays is kind of just him, like...
Yeah. And I love him.
I see Ryan Gosling in La La Land, and I'm like, that's the same guy from...
Yeah, or The Notebook. And...
Like, he doesn't disappear. Like, it's just...
No, it's him.
It's just him, you know?
It's Ryan Gosling.
It's like Ryan Gosling's life and all these adventures.
It's an autobiography of Ryan Gosling.
Damn, he's had all these lives. Wow. Oh, I was about to search something. I was going to search up the jacket. I don't have internet.
Oh, you don't have internet? Oh, let me see if I can find it. What would I even look at? Blade Runner 2049 jacket?
I guess.
If it's cheap enough, I'll buy it. Yes! $129. That's not bad.
$120.
That's not bad.
That's like buying a normal
That's
jacket.
buying a normal jacket.
I thought it would have been like
$600.
No, I thought it would be like at least $1,000.
Fuck no.
Well, maybe for like if you were trying to get like the. Yeah, that's it. 129. But like, okay, what's the quality though?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
It's probably not like real fur, real leather.
Doesn't need to be.
It just needs to have the look.
See, but the thing that sucks about it is that you have to like wear it in. Like,
Well, yeah.
Cause like his is very like grizzled, and you can tell he's been wearing
You
it.
gotta like scuff it up, and you gotta get the fur to like not be really nice and soft. It's gotta be like matted and
Yeah.
like kind of disgusting.
What pants would I wear with this?
Just fucking recreate his outfit. That's your fucking closet.
I'm gonna break my nose just so I can fucking have the Band-Aid.
Every fucking week you have to like recut like your scars just so that they're constantly bloody.
I have to be sad and quiet all the time. Oh wait.
Just the way he like
I'm
looks.
already like that.
Shit. Just fucking. What's the fucking like the baseline test?
Oh,
Something interlinked.
Interlinked. I'm gonna say that shit to myself.
Every time you come home, just
Interlinked.
Interlinked. Something interlinked. Interlinked.
I'm
You're just
gonna-
staring at a fucking the wall. Oh shit.
I'm just gonna fuck.
Just fucking. Be like,
I'm gonna BK. Fuck it.
have no fucking real relationships with people. People ask you a question, you're just like staring at them like, I don't have many dreams. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Or I can take the drive Ryan Gosling and wear the like his bomber jacket and jeans.
That'd be pretty cool. You should just take his wardrobe, like
Every movie he's ever been, I'm just gonna wear what he wears.
yeah, and just recreate the outfit.
And in Drive, he's obviously a driver.
So you gotta look like a driver. You gotta have like a nice car.
E30.
We
We got one.
I mean, it's gotta work though. Like,
It does work.
I know it works. It's just you gotta drive it.
Okay. I gotta drive.
Your first real your
you
first
said it.
real drive though, you have to be wearing the outfit. I will be disappointed if you take that bad boy out
On its maiden voyage.
on its maiden voyage and you're not wearing the outfit.
So I need to wear the driving gloves, right?
Mhm.
With the shits on the like the
With
cutouts
yeah.
on the back, and then I gotta wear the bomber, and then I have to have a toothpick in my mouth.
You gotta be like playing with it.
Yeah.
You're like that shit. You need that. If you don't do that,
I don't have the hair though. That's the only thing that separates me.
I mean, you don't have the face, you don't have the body.
Yeah, no.
You're not right.
I'm not Ryan Gosling.
So you can at least have the outfit. I mean,
That's as close as I can get.
But like, nah, you're not gonna be allowed on the show if like you don't do that.
No,
If I find out, that's it. You're banned.
I'm pretty sure I can find that jacket somewhere.
Probably. It's a bomber jacket. It's like they have them everywhere.
Yeah, but it has a. You never saw Drive? It has a.
Like
it's
a
white.
patch in the back.
It's white and like has a big scorpion on the back.
Oh fuck.
Might be hard. Pretty sure. But somebody makes it.
I mean, you could probably like go to an embroidery place and
Like,
like
hey, give me a big fucking gold
scorpion.
fucking scorpion.
I'm pretty sure they do it. Like if you showed them like a picture of it, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we can
Like,
make it."
oh, another asshole wants to be Ryan Gosling.
Oh, here they come.
This is the third fucking jacket I've made this week.
And be like, Michael,
It's
another fucking Ryan Gosling guy. You already know which one to get.
Does he have a cool car?
No.
Kinda.
I mean,
It's alright.
it's an E30, but it's not modded. Fuck.
That it is modded. It has
What
lowering
mod is
springs
that?
and a skid plate.
Those don't matter.
Okay. Not performance mods.
Nah.
Let me throw
They're not the ones that go vroom vroom.
let me throw a turbo in there and it'll be good.
Okay.
Okay.
Then you'll get the bitches. You can't go up to a bar in your car like
Right now it's a cruiser. It's more cruise than go.
that's what I'm saying. You can't like pull up and be like she'll be like, "Hey daddy, what you got in your car?" and be like, "Oh, I got like
A 40-year-old six banger.
He'll be like, "What mods you got?"
Lowering springs and a skid plate.
This fucking nerd.
Shit, you're making actual tasteful mods first before you start.
Ones that actually, are good investments for the health of your car.
Shit, you're not fucking with the reliability of your car, fucking pussy.
Yeah, you're not getting bitches like that.
That's what I'm scared of.
This is like your biggest insecurity. It's just like not performing.
Basically.
Not performing with your car.
And, sacrificing reliability for, being able to go fast. But it's okay because it looks cool. So what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, it changes.
Right now. Oh, I did.
Right now, it would probably be Schindler's List.
Any reason for that?
I think it's probably one of the greatest movies ever made.
Okay.
I think the ranking, my top 3 ranking, not like my personal favorites, but like, in my opinion, the top 3
Godfather.
are Godfather, Schindler's List, and then I can't fucking think.
Scarface.
No, not Scarface. Scarface is a good movie, but like it's not like the best. What the fuck's the name of the movie?
Who's in it?
Charlie Chaplin.
The Tramp?
No, it's the Nazi one.
Oh, the Dictator?
There you go.
Yeah.
I think those are the three best.
I haven't seen that one.
I love his speech, and
I've seen the speech because that's the only.
it's like it went fucking viral, but just like the satire in it, it's like, it's perfect fucking satire, and then the fact that that speech at the very it's like the perfect climax because it's like comedy, making fun of the fucking Nazis, and then this
All right,
dictator.
but for reals now.
Damn. Okay. Fucking. My favorite is Schindler's List.
Okay, shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't rank it the best.
Oh, did I ever tell you I saw The Lobster finally?
Oh, you did?
I did see The Lobster.
What'd you think?
It was very British.
You mean like cynical, like?
Yeah, like cynical, dry.
I don't even think it's British. I think it's like New Zealand or Australian.
Oh, well, same thing.
The Commonwealth.
Yeah, the colonies.
But yeah, it's very fucking dry. Like.
Dude, that ending.
Dry.
He just leaves her there and she's blind.
No, he doesn't leave her there, dude.
Wait.
She asks him. She's like, because remember they all have to have a trait that like matches.
Yeah.
In order to be like a free couple. And so she like kind of poses the questions like, I'm blind. And we need to have matching stuff.
Oh yeah, he goes and blinds himself.
So then yeah, like it's implied that like that's his choice.
He takes the fork now.
He takes the fork. But you're also right in the interpretation that he left. We don't know if he did or not.
Because he takes the fork with him, but it doesn't tell us if he like just goes to go blind himself, or if he just leaves.
Yeah, like if you take the literal interpretation, then he went to go blind himself. But like that's the whole sort of like central question of the movie is like, how far are you willing to go? Are you gonna like leave her there and kind of just keep living on your own because she's blind now and she's not the person you fell in love with, or do you love her that much that you're gonna go blind yourself
so you can be with her?
Yeah, that's like a fucked up question.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, would you blind yourself?
I don't think right now is the time to be asking myself, or for you to be asking me that.
No, yeah, it's not.
You know, so.
Do you think you ever could?
Again, not the time.
Okay.
I'm not in like.
You're not in a sober mindset.
Yeah, basically. No, I'm in Spain without the S.
Shit. I mean. Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to answer that question either.
Yeah, because you're not like.
I don't think either of us have ever loved someone. Or we've never had the chance to like love someone that much.
Well, I thought I did.
You thought you did, but even then, like you have to imagine like it has to get to like an intensity.
Like you do anything.
Yeah, like in the movie, like
they weren't even together that long.
No, but they were like meant for each other.
Was that?
And that was kind of like the whole thing of like the first half of the movie is like, they were forcing people to find like their ultimate pairs.
Oh, you remember that bitch who fucking killed his brother after he turned into a dog?
Mm-hmm. And then he like tries to force a relationship with her.
Yeah, he was all like,
he had to like act all fucking like hard.
You're like, oh, I didn't care.
Even though like fucking like inside just like,
didn't he?
Even the sex scenes were like fucking.
Yeah, it was weird, and it's weird because he's all fat too. I've never seen Colin Farrell that fat.
No, I mean they try to make him look like normal, like a normal dude, like not a normal dude, but like a
past his prime, like
yeah, like they're like, oh, no wonder he can't find like.
He doesn't care
like
about himself.
He never cared about himself. He never took care of himself. That kind of like thing. But yeah, like those sex scenes were just so fucking like
weird and
just clean missionary, or like doggy style, but like so dry, no emotion.
Yeah, they barely move their hips at all.
Just. And then they finished, and then that was it.
God, fucking British people.
Probably the saddest part was like when he met that like younger girl. And then like he fucked up her face. in the pool.
When?
Like she hits her nose.
Oh yeah.
And like that was going so well. Like they're actually kind of like into each other.
Yeah, they were good.
And then the fucking pool scene happened was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then she had to find somebody with a fucked up nose. like what the fuck kind of like world is that? Like I don't get the message. Like I get the end message of the movie, but like
The theme, or like
what's the movie trying to say? Like,
yeah, like
is finding your perfect mate a good thing or
is it? Because the whole time it seems like every time someone would like get together with somebody else, it'd feel like it was kind of forced and.
Now remember that's like that was the point because like in the movie we're only seeing the ones that like suck at getting a partner. Because like remember they go to, like, the city
that's the whole reason they're there because
Yeah.
they can't find anybody else.
But like everybody else is okay. Like
Yeah, but
everybody else
even
is
they showed the
fine.
other couples. Like remember when they go into the city?
Yeah, and they're like way too perfect for each other. It's like
Yeah, like
they're too matched.
yeah, I was like, Jesus, is there no like variation? I would kill. Fuck.
But like that's what I'm saying. It's like what's the central theme? Like is
A
it
horrible world.
promoting a perfect match? Because like the whole movie feels like a satire on like finding
You're the
perfect
one.
match.
Yeah.
But then at the very end, he does end up finding the one.
But then it leaves you with the question: well, did he leave her for his?
Was that the one, or maybe that was symbolism? The fact that she got blind shows that like anything can happen. Like nobody's the one for you.
You can always find somebody else.
Like they'll lose that match. And her getting blind was like her losing like their matching thing.
Spain without the.
Literally, that whole movie was painful to watch.
It was like it wasn't. There was not a happy moment in that.
Nope.
Cause like remember when like they're still in their like refugee, oh not refugee, and they're hiding out in the woods.
Yeah.
And she's blind. And he has to like teach her how to like feel her way around, and he hands her things, and she has to like say what it is.
Yeah, like at that point, it's kind of cute.
It's
Kind
cute, but
of.
you could tell he's like sad about it.
Well, yeah, because like they were. And what I also hate is like
How did she go blind? I forgot.
the they're not refugees, they're fucking
Escapees.
fugitives.
Yeah.
Like they see that like they create their own sign language, and that's what I don't like about the whole fugitive thing too. Is like why are they so fucking opposed to like couples? Like they saw that they're communicating. So at first they remember like they catch them talking a lot, so like they force them to like if you guys keep talking we're like gonna cut out your tongues or whatever. So then they create the sign language and then they figure it out that they're like signing to each other.
They blind her.
So then they blind her. And at that point I'm like fuck like.
These are assholes.
Yeah, like either you get a couple or you can't even like have like dating or anything because like.
I don't get why they just didn't. Oh no, because they had to get like the whole marriage license and everything.
Yeah, remember like. And like these people were so opposed to fucking couples. I don't even know why.
That movie was just so fucking British.
And then if you don't.
It was so British and like like
It's so cynical.
gray
Dude.
and
Yeah.
dry. And
I love movies that have like a central premise though.
I do too.
Like, cause the whole gimmick of that movie was like the whole turning people into animals thing. But like, somebody like a lesser director would have just milked that.
Yeah, it just
That
made it all
concept.
about that. But
Like,
he
like
used it
oh,
as,
what
like,
does it mean to turn people into dogs or whatever? But like this director just decided let's make a whole like different story about love.
and that just happens
And that's
to be
just
there.
yeah, and that's just part of the movie.
Okay, so in the movie, they send them to an institution if they can't find a partner,
Mm-hmm.
and if they aren't able to find a partner even after so many days at the institution, they get turned into an animal of their choice.
Yeah.
Which animal would you choose?
That's a hard one. What animal would I choose?
And they're anatomically and biologically that animal now. So however long that animal lives, that's how long you will live.
Like, of course, anybody could go with like Colin Farrell's choice of a lobster.
A lobster's lit though.
Like they live forever.
They technically could live forever.
Yeah. Like nobody's ever measured it, but like in theory, yeah, they're probably all.
Which kind of sucks because sure you pick a lobster and you get to live the longest, But then you're confined to a lobster.
I was gonna say, yeah, like it's very easy to like go with him and say like, oh yeah, then you get to live forever. But then like you live alone forever. You're a lobster.
Just crustacean on the bottom of the fucking ocean.
Yeah, that's all you do. Just kind of.
At least with a dog, like you can do stuff.
You do dog shit, like just run around and.
Or if you're a monkey, you can like.
I would probably like want to turn into like a big cat.
Like a tiger.
Yeah, or like a lion. Or just any type of cat, like a panther or something.
Cheetah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's like like a good mix between like being a dog, but like you don't die as quickly as a dog, but you're also not as dumb as like a lobster. You know, like you're still like a mammal that can like live a good life. You know.
I would choose gorilla.
You'd want to have a small peepee.
I mean, I'm a gorilla. What do I care? Because I get my thumbs. I can climb.
You can beat your chest.
I can beat up other gorillas.
If you're a strong gorilla.
Yeah.
Here's my question.
I don't know if it takes into account the size of the person.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if you get turned into, like, an animal, do you become, like, a humanized version of that animal? Like, say you wanted to become a chimp, right? They turn you into a chimp. Are you, like, on par with, like, a wild chimp? Or, like, are you more like a zoo chimp? Or like a human chimp?
I wonder if you retain your memories and skills.
Because then you'd be, like, one super fucking smart chimp. I don't think you do, because, like...
No, because the dog was just a dog.
Yeah, you just become a dog. And that was another thing, too, like, I started thinking about, was, like, what if they don't actually turn people into animals?
They kill them and then...
They just kill the people and then they make you think that that animal is, like, them.
I think that'd be too hard, because then you'd have to, like, source all these animals.
I mean, they never show, like, a person becoming an animal.
No, but remember when that bitch gets thrown into the door, a pig walks out?
Well, yeah, but, like it's implied, but...
Yeah, it's almost immediately, though.
It's almost like magic.
Yeah, they throw her in there, and then, like, the scene doesn't change, and then a pig walks out. So I guess you do get turned into an animal.
Maybe.
But I'm guessing you don't retain...
You just become an animal.
Yeah. I'd say gorilla. Seems like a happy life.
Just a simple life. Well, I mean, all animals live.
Return to monk.
To monkey. We're at an hour and a half.
Okay.
The most anticlimactically, like, okay, all right, we'll send it.
All right, yeah.
But we'll leave it on that. So you say gorilla.
Gorilla.
I say like big cat.
You have to choose a big cat.
I'd say a panther because I don't want to go too big like a tiger or a lion.
So you want to be able to climb trees and shit.
Yeah, but I don't want to be like a jaguar or a cheetah.
Not too small.
Yeah, just like or like even like a mountain lion. You know, like those type that range of a cat.
Yeah. Okay, like medium-sized big cats.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my deal. And it looks like I will be a cat.
Well, I mean...
I can't find my perfect match.
I mean, if these strange women don't stop coming, then I will turn into a gorilla. Or a lobster. Lobster sounds okay.
Damn, you really sounded like Colin Farrell in that fucking movie.
Maybe instead of Ryan Gosling, I should just become Colin Farrell.
Even gain the weight like him and...
Oh, don't remind me.
Wear his little goatee that he had.
Just let me grow out the stash. And then we're good.
Alright, well that has been another episode of The Scholar and the Jagoff. Sadly, the Jagoff couldn't be with us, but he will be with us in the next one. So, this is us, signing off.